it's just about time for the very first Fortnite update in over a month, and with it comes some very good news. But first, I don't know about you guys, but personally, I'm super tired of school, even though I haven't been to class in 6 years. But if you hit the thumbs up button, I'll call your principal and tell him to let you out of school early. So what are you waiting for, man? Hit that thumbs up button and get home and play some Fortnite. Believe it or not, it's already been 35 days since our last update, which was all the way back in December when the Winterfest event began. The wait is finally over, and with it, we have some very good news. But first, look how close you are to 4.35 million subscribers. We couldn't be any closer. It truly would mean the world to me if you could hit that subscribe button and be my 4,350,000 subscriber. Last video, I asked you guys to name this emote, and there's a bunch of people on the screen right now who got it right. For this video, we have a new emote. If you know the name of this, make sure to leave it down below in the comments. We've wasted too much time. We have an absolutely insane amount of stuff to cover. Let's hop into a game and let's get into it. Now, before I reveal the good news from the latest update, first things first, so far, Fortnite Chapter 4 has been incredibly interesting, not just because we got an entirely brand new island, which if I'm being honest, I still don't think I've explored the whole thing. Every time I play, it feels like I enter a new location, but instead we've seen so many crazy glitches over the last few weeks, like I'm sure we all remember the shockwave hammer glitch. If you did it correctly, you would literally be able to non-stop shockwave hammer your way across the whole island. Obviously, this led to the shockwave hammer being disabled until they could fix it. Then a new glitch came out known as the hurdling glitch, where you could essentially teleport yourself anywhere on the island. I showcased this one here on the channel. It was a ton of fun to do, but ultimately one day later Epic Games ended up patching it. But none of those compare to the new glitch that just got added today, and we're gonna start off by going into creative mode. After that, all we need to do is head over to our portal and enter the Battle Royale creative island. Once it loads in, you're good to go ahead and start the game. Next, you're gonna want to navigate into your settings, then navigate over to the controller options and find the slide hold time setting and drag it all the way down to 0. Next, you're gonna go to your keyboard presets and change this setting right here for the crouch/slide to the mouse wheel up or down, just like I did. We'll hit the confirm button. Next, you're gonna want to bind the option next to it to mouse wheel down. Once again, hit the confirm button. Now we only have one more step remaining to bring this glitch to life, ladies and gentlemen. And it's actually really easy. All we need to do is locate any form of slap consumable. Just like that, the mission has been accomplished. The rest is easy. All we're gonna want to do is drink our slap juice and start sprinting. While we're sprinting, just start scrolling up and down, and as you'll notice, your character will actually start going incredibly fast. Oh my goodness, dude, we're literally zooming across the island. This is actually really weird. As you're able to see, we are actually traveling way faster than normal. Now, I'm pretty sure I figured out an even cooler way to do this. So here we go. First, we'll eat the slap berry. Now we'll start sprinting up and down. Oh my goodness, look at us, boys. We're literally flying across the island. And don't worry, we're just about to reveal the piece of good news. But first, we need to rewind the clocks a few months back to when this year's summer event was going down. If you remember, the location, the sanctuary, actually changed a lot for the summer event, adding things like a floating skate park and a bunch of different other floaties, with the most important, obviously, being the stage that led us all to believe that we were going to be getting a concert for the summer event. And at the time, we all thought it was going to be a Lady Gaga concert, since the logos on the side of the stage kind of look like Lady Gaga's Chromatica logo, which gave us good reason to believe that this would be the second installment of the Rift Tour series. The first one obviously being the one we received with Ariana Grande all the way back in Chapter 2, Season 7. We all know how this story goes. We never actually ended up receiving a concert for the summer event, and instead, it looks like that concert is going to be taking place very soon, because today, Epic Games revealed it all. And we're gonna check it out. We're here inside of creative mode, where the big reveal for the upcoming concert is actually taking place whenever you hop in a vehicle of any kind. So check this out. I'm gonna hop inside of this Mack truck right here, and if we turn on the radio and tune it to the station known as the Icon Station, literally the only music it plays as of today is different Kid Laroi songs. Now, call me crazy. Personally, I'm not all that familiar with who the Kid Laroi is. There have been a bunch of leaks over the past month about Kid Laroi actually getting his very own Fortnite concert. And we got the very first announcement of that today when Epic Games actually came out on Twitter and announced their collaboration. The only thing I'm wondering is this going to be a live event concert we get to see in game like the Travis Scott event or even the original Marshmello event where we load in into an actual game and get to witness it live. Or maybe it could be like the Soundwave series of concerts that always go down inside a creative mode. Personally, these aren't really my favorite at all. They're always extremely long, kinda glitchy, and not all that impressive. The good news is Fortnite said to stay tuned for more from Kid Laroi later this month. I don't know about you, but I think that basically 100% confirms at least some form of a Kid Laroi live event. But now it's finally time to reveal the good news. That has to do with everybody's favorite thing in Fortnite history, obviously being Klombo. Klombo was first added into Fortnite for the very first time during Chapter 3 Season 1, then was removed from the game altogether after the Chapter 3 Season 2 Collision live event, because as we found out from the Haven NPC, Klombos disappeared in the same strange flash of light that brought them here, essentially referring to the big bright light that appears whenever we get connected to the last reality. Now this is very important. The reason Haven is so knowledgeable about Klombos is because, as you can see by her description, she was raised by the island and born to defend it, and as soon as the Klombos were gone, she noticed something was up, saying, "This is not the island Haven remembers. Natural world feels out of sync. None of the plants or animals look the same. And why have the Klombos left?" Now at first, it seemed like Haven was basically the only character with extreme knowledge about Klombo. It turns out she wasn't the only one, because you may remember in the same season's battle pass, we received the Malik skin, who I believe actually had full control of the Rave Cave, because if you remember, there was this nice little throne sitting inside of there that more than likely belonged to Malik himself, since they share many similarities. Now this is very important. The Malik skin is apparently a king, and his destiny has been foretold for thousands of generations. Now many people didn't know this, but Malik himself actually has a direct link to Klombo, and it starts like this. Whenever you would use the Malik skin and talk to the Haven NPC, you would actually ask him if he came to help the island, because you can't forget, Haven noticed that the island isn't the same anymore and is wondering why the Klombos left. For some reason that used to be a mystery, she immediately recruited Malik to help, and at first this can seem kind of weird, since after all, Malik isn't even from this island, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe he even has the ability to transform into a bird, like we see in his glider, since so many of his cosmetics mention things like soaring high or flying above the clouds. Which brings us to his back bling, known as the Griffin's Talon, where on it, you're able to see a dog or a wolf of some form actually wielding Malik's sword, and then using that sword to defeat a very evil looking monster that honestly at first kind of reminded me of Geno when we saw him in the 0 point during the Collision live event, as well as a hand apparently sticking out of a bunch of goo, which I am still 100% convinced was a teaser of the goo and the chrome spreading in Chapter 3 Season 4. Other than the hand, I'm pretty sure everything we see depicted on this back bling has still yet to happen in the Fortnite storyline. But don't worry, because the reason Haven recruited Malik will actually blow your mind, because remember, every time the Klombos showed up on the map or removed from the island, it was all because of one specific thing, being the giant light shooting up into the sky, connecting us to the last reality. Well, it turns out inside of the last reality actually lies a universe known as Pluxaria, which has essentially been 100% confirmed to be where Klombo is from, because so is the Bloom skin, which has a lot in common with Klombo. Not to mention the back bling for this Pluxarian set is literally Klombo himself. And get this, you remember how we said Malik is actually a king? Well, it turns out there's a very good chance that he could actually be the king of Pluxaria, because as you're able to see, there are a bunch of similarities between Malik's loading screen and this Cuddle Team one, which was essentially our very first look ever at Pluxaria, which is likely why the Haven recruited his help, because he's from the exact same place that the Klombos returned to. As soon as Klombos are back in any way, shape, or form, I'm gonna make sure to make a tweet over my Twitter account at HomeGamesYT, letting all of you guys know. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.